What up, Doc?
This guy's a genius.
He does stuff that I'm scared to do.
When you're watching him perform live, he's mind-bogglingly good.
He approaches comedy seriously.
He's got a lot of depth and a lot of rage inside of him.
Don't help.
Ever contradict me?
Jim Carrey, everybody.
Jim Carrey and MTV, a comic combination that has produced some of the channel's most memorable moments.
Every moment is a favorite Jim Carrey moment.
Now, for the first time, Uncensored looks at Jim Carrey, blemishes and all,
It's either pimples or a high-powered rifle, buddy!
revealing never-before-seen outtakes and behind-the-scenes stories of his most infamous MTV appearances. Plus an inside look at his newest film, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. All that and a no-holds-barred, uncensored interview.
Now we're off the cuff.
All right, then.
Now
Okay.
your questions that you sat up all night long drinking. Then I'll ask them this. They won't know that it has a secret meaning. And then I'll ask him this, and if he doesn't want to answer that, I'll come around the back door and ask him this. Okay, now's your chance. Now ask me real crap.
You?
Yeah.
Are you still in love?
I can't answer that.
It's MTV's Jim Carrey, Uncensored.
Hi, I'm Chris Connelly, and welcome to a very special episode of Uncensored. Now, over the years, we've been lucky enough to have a variety of conversations with Jim Carrey. It resulted in some rather outrageous and unusual moments. Now, a lot of these moments we've never gotten to show on MTV before because of time, because they weren't about the movie, or just because we thought neither his nor my career could take the scrutiny. Well, that's all changed now. And in fact, in honor of the release of his latest picture, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, we're going to show you the whole thing. It's an Uncensored that's a little different because, as it turns out, I was part of the story too.
So, what's your story? Chris is the perfect straight man for Jim Carrey.
Spartacus, I love you.
It's the way they interact with each other is just very unique.
My name is Spartacus. My name is Spartacus.
Chris just has a ball.
Saying that. You know, Jim always tries to do something special with MTV.
I love MTV.
And Chris is right there with him.
You know, maybe it's the venue. Maybe it's because we're here. You know what I mean? And it's MTV, and I can't be serious here, totally.
The first time I sat down with Jim, I knew I was in for an unusual, perhaps career-ending experience.
Death kind of follows you around, though. When you went for a, I don't know why!
Whoa, Tiger! Since then, Jim and I have shared several special moments, and recently we got a chance to sit down and revisit a few of them together.
Well, let's take a look at some of the little self-destructiveness.
This is so narcissistic. This is awful that we're just sitting here just loving me to death.
Remember this?
Oh my God, look at his head. Look at the head on that.
If you want to find a star in Hollywood, throw a rock. But... oh my God, we hit somebody.
Jim loves to play with Chris. He likes to pull Chris out of serious interviewer guy.
Jim, Chris Connelly, how are you? Jim, psych! On our second movie special for Ace Ventura 2 in '95, Jim wanted to get out of the studio and into the streets of Los Angeles aboard a double-decker tour bus.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding.
I think Jim's goal in half these interviews is just to make Chris laugh.
Hey, can we get one of those seckies up here? There you go.
Thank you.
All right. You ever heard of the Starbelly Sneetches?
No.
She has stars upon bars.
Oh, that's the Starbelly Sneetches, right.
What any of this has to do with Ace Ventura, I don't know.
These are the most beautiful girls in the world.
Where do they find all these girls? Your house? I look like some, I don't know, like somebody from Mississippi Burning or something.
Hey!
Remember the shows?
The Falcon squawks thrice.
What is this animal you're looking for?
Well, it's bigger than a bread box. Not important to me to be cool. You know, it's important to me to be real, you know.
At one point, he gets up, yells at the bus driver to stop, goes outside, and starts this whole routine with a guy selling star maps on the side of the road.
I want to drop by and get one of those maps of the stars' homes. Excuse me? Am I on this?
Sunset Boulevard and 76. The freeway.
Okay.
Freeway.
Yeah, that's the freeway. And where do I live?
Yeah, here no.
I don't live here? Oh, I live on this side. Now, where do I live?
Here's the index.
C, James Caan's here.
Michael Caine is on here. Carrey, Carr, Vicky Carr. I don't see me on here, so I guess I get a little more time to live. Psychos aren't going to be coming to my house.
Yes.
At another point, we're driving past Grauman's Chinese Theater, and Jim just goes, "Stop the bus!" Runs off, and we just had to pick up the cameras and try to follow him out.
Me too. As usual, Jim was up to something. As usual, I had no idea what.
Ready?
Oh, Jesus.
I just act like a tourist, man. I just act like a tourist. See this? This is the urine of Michael Jackson. Right there. He left a little mark here. See, nobody knows who I am. That's the beauty. Hey, everybody! I'm Jim Carrey! Good to see ya! Come on!
If I can give any advice to somebody who has to produce a Jim Carrey interview, it'd be stay alert.
Move it, move it, move it! Woo! Woo! Oh, did you see them? I didn't know what hit them, man.
He sees a Michael Jackson impersonator and just has to stop the bus and bring the Michael Jackson impersonator onto the bus.
This is just something I do. I come out here just to test the level of my celebrity, you know. I just jump out, I say, hey, I'm Jim Carrey, and I jump back on the thing. Do you do that? No?
The thing I liked about Michael was that he didn't have a rap down. He only had the look.
So what are you doing now, man? I mean...
See? That's not honest. I wanted to kiss him.
You wanted to kiss?
I wanted to kiss him, and I didn't do it. I didn't let it happen. I was trying to protect my macho image. That's like, where is my motorcycle?
Producers always want me to get Jim focused and talking about his old movies. What am I, a miracle worker?
The weird thing is that as you get older, things grow.
Things grow?
Yeah, like your eyebrows. It's weird, but I accept it. You know, I'm not going to be one of these Hollywood people who goes out and plucks his eyebrows. But you have to be honest with who you are. I'm Greek. And just be myself. You know, when I grow this beard, it means I'm home. Ew! What is that smell? Oh my God! Somebody died.
I'm ill. So ill.
We were doing the movie special for Man in the Moon. Jim comes walking down the hall, and he's carrying stuff in his arms. I was like, what is this stuff? He's got a humidifier, and then he's got an entire pharmacy worth of cold remedies.
Oh, remember this?
Oh, yeah.
This was our first exchange of bodily fluids, you and me.
Can you rub some of this on my chest?
I'd be delighted. Yeah, just pull your shirt up. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Hold on, let me suck it in.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's just really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
This makes me want to cry.
Yeah, I don't blame you for a minute.
Chris starts the interview, and you're trying to do a show about the movie. You want to promote the movie. So Chris keeps going back to Man in the Moon, and Jim keeps going back to the cold. Oh, God.
Wow. Wow.
You see, this is what I'm trying to get away from. Germs in general.
I'm going to have this on eBay by tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Let it be noted that Jim treats his caregivers well.
By the way, my chest cleared right up.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was, you know,
That was really nice of
it was
you.
a very tender moment for me to be able to rub it like that.
When Uncensored returns, you'll get to know the real Jim Carrey.
I'm a Greek guy.
Right.
I love cowboys. I love this look. I'm sorry. I'm staying with this. I am staying with this.
And you should stay with us.
Joy and triumphant.
People use words like comic genius, visionary, but, you know, I'm just Chris. Anyway, when I talk to Jim Carrey, really weird, unusual stuff happens in what would normally be just the typical interview context. See what I mean? What stuff are you proudest of in that movie?
My crotch, just on the big screen.
Size matters to Jim Carrey. The bigger the face, the broader the joke, the louder the laugh it gets. But some of his funniest moments with us have never been shown on MTV until now. Totally uncensored, utterly hilarious stuff about bears?
Hi, kids. I'm Smokey the Bear. Remember, forest fires are... Oh, God, I've been shot by the Make-A-Wish! did. I mean, I'm glad I could make him happy and everything, but what the hell?
Now he's all about bears.
It's friendly. You're gonna look this for the rest of your life. I wasn't afraid.
Whenever I get some time off, I swear to God, I find myself in Alaska stalking grizzly bears. You know, with this guide crouched down behind like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree, and it's basically up to the bear. Eat us or not eat us, whatever. And I don't know, there's some incredible freedom and beauty of that.
Felt a kinship with him. I felt as long as I wasn't, you know, intruding on his territory, then we'd be all right. And he let me live. Case in point.
Fun.
Yeah.
And making the comments at the same time. It's heavy political commentary.
That's
By the way,
yes.
Are you ready for World War III?
As a producer, I think the first word that comes to mind when we mention Jim Carrey is erratic.
You just want to see what he's going to do next because you don't know what he's going to do next.
Hold on, I have to sell something. Water. Flushes me right out.
He almost has like a really creative, brilliant form of Tourette syndrome. He comes out with things like the Charlton Heston impression.
I am the way, the light. These are the laws. Let my people go.
That was an excellent Charlton Heston, wasn't it?
I thought so, yeah.
He was talking about the Truman Show's director, and he just kind of slipped and said, "You really them all up, man." He apologized
And say, on MTV.
Chris Connelly said, "Don't worry, they'll bleep it out."
The bleeping is good, right?
Bleeping is fine.
Yeah, we
do
can
lots
say
of
anything. Yeah.
So you actually
Sucker.
When he does something like that, you know that, all right, I have something to put in the show.
I have this incredible urge to just curse now. Oh, newfound freedom!
This is one of the happiest days of my life, this one.
Then came June 2000 and our interview for Me, Myself, and Irene. Our producer had a special concept for Jim, but Jim eats concepts for breakfast, especially when he's feeling a little restless.
Look at this lovely little set.
Yeah, it's
here.
a little,
artifice.
we were saying it's kind of like Survivor.
In the movie, Jim plays a schizophrenic.
Arrivederci, Deadwood.
So the idea there was to have him interview himself.
Later, we would split screen the shot down the middle and have Jim interviewing Jim.
In order for that to happen, everything has to stay exactly the same.
If any piece of the set is at all adjusted or moved, especially right where we're going to split it down the middle, the shot's not going to work.
The only thing I got, if you guys can keep your legs, so it's going to be like an
Sure.
imaginary line, so when we do the cutaway.
That ought to work.
Imaginary line? There's no line here, man. Creative. The line.
The Farrelly brothers can't direct Jim Carrey. Ron Howard can't direct Jim Carrey. And I thought I was going to walk into the room and be able to direct Jim Carrey.
How do you direct Jim Carrey? It's not about trying to control him. It's about trying to create the environment where he can just rock.
The first thing we've got to do is break up this chair!
My thought for designing the set was something that he would enjoy and let loose on. Never think he could really let loose on the set so much.
We wanted him to be off the hook, and we wanted him to be crazy.
Who's got a match?
That's great TV. Completely unpredictable.
Look, you either go with me or you die. It's okay, man. Been on a lot of sets, and I know what to do in a crunch.
Our friend the pheasant gave his life for this interview.
Oh, geez. See? It died for nothing!
At that point, I still thought, all right, you know, we'll get a new chair for Jim. I still thought we could accomplish our goal.
I want to come apart. I really do, right in front of America.
So, anyway.
Ah, gotcha. There's that extra sock. You're sweating, man.
I am sweating like
you
a dog.
look so uncool
I am
now.
sweating like such a
It's
dog
marvelous.
right now.
Hello, Spartacus. Can I do your back?
Cut this part. I'm here to tell you your truth tonight.
Well, I'm all about
No, seriously, this is not an interview. This was never meant to be an interview. All these people out here, can you turn the camera out here? They're your friends, Chris.
I travel with my posse.
Well, but there's a reason for it this time.
And that would be?
You're drinking. No, I'm serious. Who'd want to speak first?
The entire crew is just standing back there laughing.
Wow, that was so real world.
That was good.
The best moment had to be when he decided to jump up and dive into the backdrop.
Break your breaking face tonight!
So that was the time when I turned around and told everybody, you know what? The plan's off.
Everybody okay? Okay.
What was I thinking? What would you be thinking? Is he all right? Is he going to hurt me? And who's going to pay for this?
All right, okay, I'll light myself. What's better with the gel or? Okay, go. Do you have beer under the seat, son? Can I smell your breath, son? What's the question?
I was wondering what it was like to work with those nice young men.
Pain in the ass. Next question.
You know, everybody was a little worried, well, what are we going to do with this? And I just said, don't worry. This is genius material. It's not at all going to be what we planned, but it'll be entertaining.
Look, there's a fax machine back here. There's everything. This is not real. None of it is real. You see what I'm saying? This is the garbage and the baloney that I have to live with every day of my life.
There we go.
Who are we? We're not in the forest. We're not fairies flitting around. We're in a hotel room.
Oh my God, it goes to the next room.
Nativity. I come to the world to make you happy.
That's when I knew, boy, Chris is a sport.
Yeah, like team handball. Honestly, it was a total blast.
Is this one of those ones you're going to go, well, you know, some interviews go well.
And then others
get a little out of hand.
We kind of all took our mementos because it was something we knew we would remember.
Did we do anything here?
No.
The only souvenirs I have are my memories.
Every single person in the room says, to this day, they have never seen anything like that.
Thank you so much.
Great to be here. Feels good to come in and tear this up. All right.
Oh.
I have fun with you, Chris.
I have fun with you, Jim.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us.
People used to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And it would be okay. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, I understand. Well, thanks for taking the risks with us.
I'm not finished.
Over these many years.
Forget it.
I think.
No, don't try it. No, sit back. No, we're gonna go. No, now.
Don't go away. Jim's not done, and neither are we. When we come back, we'll take a look at Jim's greatest MTV moments.
Meet the parents again. So much as one syllable. I'll hunt you down and gut you like a fish. If you'd like to fax me, press the star key.
Jim Carrey's work here at MTV hasn't totally been limited to what you might call promotional appearances on behalf of his movies. He's been willing to come to some of our big parties as well, and the results have been totally unpredictable.
Can anyone tell me what the hell I'm doing here? I have nothing to do with the music business. What is my purpose?
Jim made his award show debut on our channel at the 1995 MTV Movie Awards, which began a stretch of unforgettable appearances.
I would like to thank the rest of the nominees in this category. They are unbelievable talents and want what I've got so bad they can taste it. Wow, I'm sorry.
Jim has done a lot of great things on our show. I think the reason he cranks it up like that, I think, is because where, you know, other award shows don't necessarily acknowledge him, I think he's so appreciative of the fact that the MTV audience loves him.
Sometimes Jim has been so appreciative he can't quite contain himself.
When he tried to kiss me, you know, his tongue is really nasty. It was, you know, and Jim, his breath was really bad that day. You know, he needs to take a bite out of the Franklin.
Will, one word, 2 syllables, breath assure. Okay?
And even when Jim can't make it to the show, he still finds a special way to say thanks. When Jim won in '96, he taped his acceptance speech. He wanted to get it just right, so he did several takes, resulting in some of the funniest moments you've never seen before.
I'm sorry I could not be there with you this evening to stroke you, as you are no doubt stroking each other. Your cities can no longer contain my ego, for they need wide open spaces to flourish. Yes. I'm sure I joined the rest of the celebrities who have been nominated tonight when I say that this is not only a...
All right, one more time. Here we go. This is it. Woo!
I'm getting hot in this coat, so I'm going to go now. Are we done? I gotta go to the bar.
Well, between projects, I like to relax. And just be myself. You know, when I grow this beard, it means I'm home. Ask me whatever you want, now that we're being serious.
That's a little reminiscent of your video of your movie awards persona there, isn't it, with the beard?
No. He was a Catholic, and I'm a Protestant. And the two of us will never get together. For we hate each other.
Let it flow, baby.
At the 1999 MTV Movie Awards, Jim Carrey was up for an award for his performance in The Truman Show.
I was in the green room talking to Jim Carrey's manager, and he said, "Have you seen Jim?" And he pointed over, and I saw this sort of Jim Morrison, biker, Hell's Angel kind of looking guy there, and I said, "Where? What are you talking about?" He's right there. "What are you talking about? That guy?" He's, "Yeah."
He was just talking to people as if he was this person.
He had made the commitment that the entire night, whether he's backstage, in the audience, on stage, wherever he would be, he had turned into this character.
Let it blossom, let it grow.
How you doing, man? I'm doing great.
All right.
I'm gonna count this down.
Okay,
It's like,
all right.
Count it down.
I guess he was getting ready for his Andy Kaufman debut.
He had just wrapped Man on the Moon, and on the set of that movie, he was Andy Kaufman. He never broke character from Andy Kaufman, and I think a lot of what this character at the Movie Awards was sort of the same thing.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, man.
That's good. All right. That's good, man.
We love you, man.
Good is good. I love you too.
And the winner is Jim Carrey in The Truman Show.
Most people didn't even know Jim Carrey was there until he walked to the podium.
Sam Jackson was backstage, and he knows me.
Uh-huh.
I talked to him for 15 minutes, and he had no idea. He came up to me afterwards and said, "Man, why'd you do that to me?" He said he didn't recognize me until I was on stage, and his kids recognized me.
After this year's so-called Oscar race, I realized that dancing for the man just ain't where it's at.
Making the statement that he made, certainly was something we could never plan for.
I'd like to thank all the ladies for dressing up so pretty. There's some fine-looking in this room tonight, I'll tell you that much.
He came off stage with Mike and Janine carrying him, all down the corridor, and we have a backstage camera, following them.
Party starts now, huh?
Nothing to see here, folks. Get that camera off, for God's sakes.
Get that thing out of my face.
Get that out of his face.
Man, I'm telling you, when the Y2K thing hits, whole place is gonna go down.
I thought Jim Carrey looked quite handsome that way. I think that look suits him. The Jim Morrison look suits him very, very well.
We got a little bone to pick with the programming department. Would it kill you every once in a while to play a little fog hat?
Do you watch a lot of our channel? Does your daughter watch a lot of our channel?
Yeah,
Just
I watch it,
around
sure.
the house? Is that
Oh, yeah,
kind
I
of-
watch it, yeah. I flip back and forth from this and VH1, Geez, I wonder what won't be in the interview. I really like those behind the musics.
Protect the corporate entity.
Oh, this was you on TRL, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
You in our little photo booth?
Wow.
There he is. This ought to be great.
But why live in the past?
Well, because the past has been so good to us.
We were all really excited for Jim Carrey.
Which was a huge coup for the show, because we do get big stars, but not that big. So it was very exciting.
What do you got there? You got your photos
Oh, it's
there?
the photos.
Can we
yeah,
get a shot of
I'm
these?
a little freaked out about the last
Yeah.
one there.
Oh, wow. What happened there?
So I guess it's kind of
Let's see, go
pretty
down there.
sensitive
Oh,
equipment
hey,
you
and then-
got in there.
Oh, wow.
When we played back Jim's TRL appearance, technical problems momentarily knocked out Jim's audio. Guess who noticed?
Oh, nice mix.
We try
Yeah,
to keep
nice to mix my mic down so I can't be heard.
Mr. Daly
And
insists on keeping your
Carson
microphone
is
off.
Mr. Popular, who has all the questions and answers, but I'm the blank man who doesn't ever say anything. I have no sound, but Carson Daly is the orator master.
Thank you so
boring
much,
for those
man.
guys. All right.
Thank you very
Cool.
much.
Thanks
It's a
a lot,
pleasure to
man.
have you here.
What is that on there?
Which is what? This thing here?
Who are they?
Oh, who are those?
Yeah, who are they?
You don't recognize Beavis and Butthead?
No. What are they about?
Beavis and Butthead are our famous animated characters.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they funny? I know nothing. I know some things. I mean, you know, I met Dr. Dre. He was a nice guy. I was like, what's everybody afraid of?
How did you meet Dr. Dre?
I met him at the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, there you go. See, we bring people together. When you
It's
introduce them.
amazing. You guys are love.
Jim finally got his fog hat on when he showed up for this year's Video Music Awards.
He was the funniest on when he came up MTV Awards, and he just comes out that confident and able to just dance, and he is a stud.
But getting Jim to the big show wasn't easy.
I had made an offer for him to present. They came back and said he and Renee just want to take time off.
We don't really want to come here. We want to sit and watch it on TV and eat chips.
And that's fine. We'll move on. But the higher-ups don't want to take no for an answer.
Then I get the call from Ron Howard. Gee, golly gosh, Jim, it sure would be good if you could go down there, you know, and just, you got the Grinch coming out, sure would be good if you could get on that MTV music thing, Jim, and gee, golly gosh, just wow them, But I don't want to put any pressure on you, Jim. I don't, I want you to be totally comfortable. And I said, Ron, cut the crap. I know a threat when I hear it.
No threats needed. When we come back, Jim and Ron team up for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Action! Brilliant!
Spanking New Music Week, a full week of first looks and first listens with 98 Degrees.
Kids today, so desensitized.
Of course, there's usually a reason why Jim Carrey stops by MTV, and this time it's because he happens to have a new movie coming out, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
The Grinch! Like eggnog, Silent Night, and stockings hung by the chimney with care, the Dr. Seuss favorite How the Grinch Stole Christmas can only mean one thing. Yuletide is coming. Talking about Christmas inspired Jim Carrey to share some uncensored stories of his own.
What was Christmas like at your house back in the day?
It was a blast. My family were so fun at Christmas time, and we would go out to my sister's place in the country, and it was so bizarre. We had a very strange family. But whenever somebody was coming up the road, we could see them coming up the road for ages, and we would all put stockings on our heads and get picks and shovels and axes and chainsaws and stuff from the garage, and we'd run into the ditch and we'd come flying out at them like that. It's the Texas Chainsaw. That was Christmas to us.
Wasn't the first performance you did somehow connected with Christmas?
Oh yeah, well, it was a Christmas assembly. Yeah, it was. I think it was grade 2. It was music class, and some kind of a violin concerto was playing on the record player, and I just started, monkeying in the back of the class there, doing whatever, mocking it. The teacher centered me out and said, Jim Carrey, if you want to do that, and do it in front of the whole class, like that, and of course I did. I got up, and she thought she was going to completely humiliate me, and I'd been doing this at home, this kind of stuff, forever, but I'd never done it in school. I was pretty much a non-entity in school,
right.
And I'm going back to that now.
You're trying to be a non-entity now.
Yes.
Just stay at home.
Peace in that, Chris.
I hear you.
Come with me.
I've been there for a long time.
This holiday season, Jim revisits his days as a Christmas ham, playing the Grinch in Ron Howard's big screen version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Well, that worked out nicely.
So many people ask that, what's Jim Carrey like? And Jim is so funny, but he's also I would say he approaches comedy seriously.
Sometimes he would make a joke, and I wouldn't understand it, but I would just laugh because I knew who was making a joke.
One thing no one was joking about was the tedious and painful physical transformations Jim and his fellow cast members had to undergo.
It looked like the most painful thing to wear, in American history.
What are you talking about?
Your little Grinch costume there.
Oh, somebody's fabulous!
It was very painful. It was extremely painful.
It was uncomfortable.
Very hard to blow your nose.
Impossible. Hard to breathe.
It was an amazing lesson in self-control. It's amazing what human beings can kind of like get used to, you know? I mean, at this point, I could be held underwater for about 20 minutes, probably.
This won't be absolutely necessary.
And be brought back to life and just go like, next.
With this coat and this hat, I'll look just like St. Nick.
Didn't they tell you going in it was going to be like painful and difficult?
You don't think about that, you know. You just think the Grinch, you know, and it's great, and it's an amazing honor to be part of it. Okay, that's the crap. Anyway, now you never really know what's going on until you get in that suit, man. That suit is unbelievable, you know. And then, you know, when you've done the hours of makeup and then you get the suit on, and it's just, you know, do you care? Does the audience care?
They do
They don't
care.
They just want to be entertained. They don't want to hear my complaining. They don't want to hear the bitching.
I'm going to throw up, and then I'm going to die!
He did find the whole process very torturous, and I was afraid he was going to kill me on numerous stages.
Almost lost my cool there.
Jim was in such pain, he needed help from our armed forces.
You had a Navy SEAL come in and
I
teach you
talked to a
survival
Navy
technique?
It's a guy who trains people how to handle torture. And he this all sounds so fun, doesn't it? He taught me these little things, these pain deferment things. It's amazing how beneficial just spinning a little rock in your wrong hand can be. It just takes you out. Or pounding yourself in the leg. That was the other thing that was fun. You know, just every once in a while I'd be sitting on the set, you know, and everybody'd be like nice and peaceful with the Christmas vibe, and I'd go, you know, and just pound myself in the leg, because the pain, localized pain, would actually get you out of your discomfort.
And so this was something that somebody, I might just have somebody do it. No, it didn't hurt enough.
Even Ron Howard attempted to endure the difficult makeup process.
It was funny, one day Ron got made up too and put the Grinch costume on and felt the pain.
One day, just as a kind of a show of support or something, or maybe it was just wanting a cheap laugh, I showed up at 3:30 in the morning and put on the makeup. But Jim gave me a really dirty look, and I couldn't figure it out. I thought, I thought he'd like the fact that I dressed up, but I hadn't spoken yet. So when I mentioned something to Jim, he suddenly looked at me. He said, "Ron?" He said, "I thought you were a really bad double."
It was good. Only he didn't have the contacts. That's what drives you over the edge, you know, is the, now we're gonna put salt in your eyes.
Now, these aren't your standard contacts. They're larger than normal contacts?
They're the whole eyeball.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite a bit to deal with. What's happening with my hair? Oh, God, help me. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Oh, damn it.
And that was when we lost him.
That's when Jim went south.
He
just seemed so unhappy after that.
That's right. There was something about the hair issue that really kind of...
Am I on the left side or the right? Was I... Wait. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Huh? What's up? Oh, Christ.
I'll have to get a rock for you to play in your hand there.
Okay, how's that?
Just keep pounding. Yeah.
Am I cool? Okay.
That's lovely.
Don't touch me.
When we come back, more with Jim Carrey and the people of Whoville.
3 nights and a half.
Don't go away.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas began as a book by Dr. Seuss and became an equally beloved Chuck Jones cartoon that first aired on TV in 1966. But how do you transfer such a beloved story onto the big screen and into the 21st century?
It's an interesting thing because you've got, you know, Whoville, and you've got Dr. Seuss. There are no references you can pull from society. You can't, you know, suddenly do a rap line or something like that, or do, you know, something that's thought of as contemporary. You know, you can't do that because it's a whole world unto itself. So you have to create it new.
So new characters were created to interact with the old Seuss favorites. Among them, Christine Baranski's Martha May, a Martha Stewart-like Who, and Betty Lou Who, portrayed by SNL's Molly Shannon, Martha's rival and next-door neighbor.
Daddy! Hi! Martha! My character, Betty Lou Who, is very competitive with Martha May. She just has it all together. She's perfect. Everything's really organized, and she's just a winner.
My, I've never
never seen so many beautiful Christmas lights, Betty Lou.
Well, I'd blow every fuse if I tried to keep up with you, Martha May.
I wish I could be like her. I really like put her on a pedestal, but I'm just not as, together as she is. I really feel like if I win this lighting contest, and that'll mean that I'm worth something and that everything will be okay, and I'm sort of losing the whole meaning of Christmas and what it's about, and I get a little crazy in my obsession with winning this contest.
Oh, I can feel it, Lou. This is the year when everybody asks who has the most spectacular lights in all of Greater Whoville. They're gonna cry out, Mrs. Betty Lou Who.
Isn't this the chandelier from the dining room?
It's all for the cause, dear.
Also inhabiting Whoville are Betty Lou's mail carrier husband, played by comic genius Bill Irwin, and the town's mayor and lackey, Jeffrey Tambor and Clint Howard, respectively, who face off with the infamous Grinch.
Did someone just say Grinch?
Hello, Mayor Mayhew, sir. We're invented characters, so we had a little largesse.
I don't need to remind you that this Christmas marks the 1,000th jubilation.
Whoville's most important celebration.
Sir, the boys didn't see any Grinch.
He was right after me.
I think they were just up on the mountain playing with matches or defacing public property or...
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Whoville is also filled with characters you're sure to recognize.
Santa?
What?
Don't forget the Grinch.
Newcomer Taylor Mumson plays the unflappably wide-eyed Cindy Lou Who.
I know he's mean and hairy and smelly. His hands might be cold and clammy. But I think he's actually kind of sweet.
What does Cindy see in him that other people don't?
She's a child, and because she's kind of, she's got this, she has a sweet kind of honesty about her.
You don't think he's sweet?
Merry Christmas, Santa. She heard the story that all the kids were mean to him when he was a little boy.
The innocence of a child. Kids see that stuff. They see whether you're, really kind of a jerk or not.
And when Cindy Lou went up with her cup...
Nice kid. Bad judge of character.
He went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up.
The Grinch is the ultimate anti-hero, and that it's just perfect that it came to me in my life. It's exactly, what I dealt with and who I am.
How about those who's inviting me down there on such short notice? Even if I wanted to go, my schedule wouldn't allow it.
He's everybody who's ever felt like they weren't part of the club.
4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again.
He's crazed, but he's got a reason to be.
7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. I'm booked. Of course, if I want the loathing to 9, I could still be done in time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness. But what would I wear?
He's hurt.
I myself am having some Yuletide doubts.
Don't care.
Maybe if you can reunite with the Who's and be a part of Christmas.
Maybe if you can reunite with the Who's and be a part of Christmas. Grow up!
Some people get hurt, and then there's a fork in the road at some point, and they decide to either, hate everybody for it, or try to understand why they're hurting them.
This could change my entire outlook on life.
Really?
No.
He just took that fork. He took a hard left,
Up into the mountain.
You got to beware of who you persecute, because they'll steal your Christmas presents.
Jim wasn't beyond borrowing some mannerisms from a few familiar sources.
You're a reindeer. Here's your motivation. Your name is Rudolph. You're a freak with a red nose and nobody likes you. Then one day, Santa you and you save Christmas.
Is that Ron you're doing when you put the cap on there?
Yeah, it's an amalgamation. It's a concoction. It's a phlegmentation.
Action! Brilliant!
What'd you think of the impression? The Grinch doing Ron Howard, directing a scene?
Cut, Fred, check the gate, moving on.
Were you going for like a Sean Connery kind of thing with the Grinch a couple of times?
No, I'm sure that was just a mistake.
You have no messages.
Odd. Better check the outgoing.
There's a little sort of Scottish inflections. That kind
Well,
of...
Sean and I, cut from the same cloth, pretty much.
Definitely.
Yep.
If a woman needs a slap, damn it, I'll give it to her. I asked for 3/4, not 5/8. Stay focused!
How was that dog to work with? It's always tricky when you work
There were
with
like
pets.
3 different dogs, you know? One of them was a Chihuahua, so it was hard, you know, for the wide shots.
The Taco Bell guy.
Yeah, right.
He has a big agent and stuff.
He transforms himself. It's unbelievable, that Taco Bell dog. It's unbelievable, man. It's like De Niro of the dog world. He put on so much weight and became a freaking Malamute at first, and then suddenly he was like this golden lab, you know? And it was just freaky.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
That certainly sounds like your voice doing "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch."
Yeah, yeah.
How was that?
Oh, that's so cool, man.
You really are a heel.
And I did a version with Busta Rhymes, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did a rap thing together.
This is a Flip Mode Squad Jim Carrey collabo.
He was a great guy. Great guy. Sorry to spoil it. No. My daughter came in, and she was freaked. Suddenly, I was a star.
To be hanging with Busta.
You know, she doesn't care about anything I do. It's like she's proud and stuff like that, but it's more like, you know, she's got to go to school and deal, you know? I saw Dad's hiney on the Rolling Stone cover. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, it's hard.
Busta Rhymes, I will get you.
Relax, Duke. You need to chill. Something wrong with you.
Busta Rhymes, man, it was like, she thought I was cool. For the first time, I think, she was like, wow, Dad, that's awesome.
And even Jim is impressed with how Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas turned out.
God, this is exactly what you dream about when you're a kid thinking about being in the movies someday.
Have the best Christmas ever!
They did an incredible job, and once you get it all together, all the elements, it's just fun stew. Fun stew with, I don't know, Giggles dumplings.
Don't think for a second that this interview with Jim Carrey is without its own uncensored moments.
You know, we could just keep you forever here.
I want you
bet
to.
We can.
No, please, please do. Please do. You ever see Officer and a Gentleman?
I got nowhere to go.
I got no place else to go.
People want to hate each other, man. You know, what is that about?
That's why we need people like you so much in the world, right? Ready
We need
together to
Depeche Mode.
You need Depeche Mode?
People are people. Isn't that Depeche Mode?
I think that's Depeche Mode. We got the anger management tool.
See, I got scared there. You need to be thought of as brilliant?
Yeah, sure.
Do you?
Yeah. No,
Good luck. No. Still believing the dream? Still in denial? Huh?